What is going on, guys? Panther here, your coach of the Carolina Fables, and here we are bringing you week 4 of the BBR against Viz and the Mediterranean Mimikyu. So, after picking up the win last week, we are now 1-2, and we're going into a really tough matchup here this week against a tough opponent. Viz is the top team in the league. He's currently 3-0, I think, with like a plus 15 differential. So yeah, his team's really scary. He's got the Sand Core, he's got Kirim, he's got mons like Gardevoir, regular Ogerpon. So going into this game, also Terra Fairy Helmstone too, which I was incredibly afraid of to check my Urshifu. Anyways, so going into this game, I had to get creative with the prep. So this week I have a bulky Fizz Death Swampert with Rocks and Flip Turn. That is to primarily check the Excadrill, mons like the Tyranitar. Swampert just, really is able to come in and sponge a lot of hits from his physical attackers. I have a SD Trailblaze Ogerpon again because it just matches up really well against his team. And if I'm able to get set up, it should be able to go in and do some damage here. I have Spadef Goldingo with Sugar Berry for the Kirim. Kirim is incredibly threatening for my team. I have a Punching Glove Urshifu with Wicked Blow, Sucker Punch, U-Turn, and Close Combat. Plan is, so Urshifu really does not do anything at all to the Houndstone. But if I'm able to U-Turn out on it and bring in my Latias, I can get a lot of damage off with it that way. Or as well, my Latias set is solded with Future Sight this week. So my plan is that if Latias is out, throw up a Future Sight on the incoming Tyranitar, go out to my Urshifu, and then I'm able to click Close Combat or Wicked Blow or even U-Turn really on the Tyranitar, as he has a choice to make then. Does he want to stay in and get rid of the Tyranitar? Does he want to go out to the Terra Fairy Helmstone as I U-turn out? Then it takes 70% from Future Sight. He's got some choices to make. So I had to get creative and prep this week. We'll see if that comes into play. And then I also have a Fizz Def Weezing as well with Levitate and Toxic Spikes. He does not have a grounded poison type, so I want to get my T-Spikes up and to start causing some trouble for his team. So, like I said, that's exactly what I'm going to do here turn 1. I am going to lead off with my Weezing. And, yeah, we're going to go right for the Toxic Spikes. I played around with the idea of getting some damage off here, or if he wanted to go hard out into Excadrill, maybe trying to catch that with the Flamethrower. But as I thought about it, I thought Tyranitar was a more likely switch in if he were to try something. So he's going to go for the Spikes here. I didn't bring my Talonflame, so no hazard removal for me here this week as I get my T-Spikes up. And I'm okay with just having one layer. So next, got a decision to make. Do I think he's going to go Drill? Do I think he's going to go Tyranitar? Do I think he's going to maybe stay in? What do I think he's going to do exactly? I believe I just go for Sludge Bomb here. And I do. Yep, I go for Sludge Bomb as he goes for Knockoff. Removing my Rocky Helmet, but I'm going to be able to get a big hit off with the Sludge here. And we do actually get lucky and pick up a Poison here on this thing on the Ogerpon. So, I'm free to go for the Flamethrower now, and I don't waste any time. I go right for it in case he wants to make the aggressive switch out into Excadrill. So, we'll see if he makes that play. I believe he goes into Tyranitar, though, actually. And I'm okay with that as well, because if he does go out into the T-Tar, it's gonna take the Poison. Thought he would probably just sack Ogerpon off, but in comes T-Tar. He's saving that Ogerpon for a sack for later. Going to fire off the Flamethrower as Sand gets kicked up here. He does take the Poison. Takes nothing from the Flamethrower at all. And yeah, I'm happy to get the Poison on this thing. Really want to limit the Sand turns. So now I've got a T-Spike up. I have got the Tyranitar poisoned. I've got the Ogerpon incredibly chipped. I'm happy with how the battle has started off here. I'm going to go out into Perth, though, now. I can take hits from this thing. And then I've got a decision to make. I believe he just gets Rocks up here on this turn. So he's got Rocks. He's got Spikes. I can either flip. I can set up the Rocks for myself. I still think at this point Drill may be Um, maybe some type of bulky set with spin just to get rid of the hazards. So I'm going to go right for the flip turn. I don't think he's going to want to stay in here. It does look like he doesn't want to do that. He just wants to get the knockoff off. Didn't know if he would want to sack the Tyranitar this early. But yeah, that's what ends up happening. So I'm going to be able to go out into Urshifu now. And I am big Urshifu in. Crazy that Urshifu is bigger than Tyranitar. I did not notice that in the battle, but look at this. This is the Godzilla Pokemon, and it's that small. I'm going to have to look up, like, Bulbapedia on this to see the height of these guys, because that just seems off to me. Wow. Anyways, that caught me off guard. Yeah, I'm going to be able to go for the Wicked Blow here, and that's just what I do. There's really no reason for me not to. He didn't bring the Houndstone, so I am fine just throwing off the Wicked Blow here. It picks up the KO on this thing. As he actually goes out into the Gardevoir here, who does pick up the poison. It is Trace, so I am paying close attention here to see what Sand hits first. That does a lot of damage too. I'm hit with the Sandstorm first, so I know that he is not Scarfed. I don't see an item, so I'm thinking, is this guy Custab? Maybe he's Custab, just want to catch me off guard. So I do think about this for a little bit, but I'm like, nah, Custab Gardevoir. So I just go ahead and go for the Wicked Blow, pick up the KO on this guy. So come to find out, I believe Viz misclicked there. I don't think he intended to go out into guard. I think he intended to go out into Ogerpon and sack it off. But nonetheless, we pick up the KO on Gardevoir. Come to find out that Gardevoir was a screen set. So yeah, down goes the guard. So now he goes out into his Urshifu. So he has Urshifu Rapid Strike. And I will wait until he actually does go out into that. I believe he's running some calcs at the moment. So yeah, we're looking good here. We've knocked out the guard. We've put the Ogerpon down to red. We've got a poison on his Urshifu Rapid Strike. I'm feeling good at this point with the way things are going. So yep, I'm going to be able to go out to Swampert here and sack it off. I don't know exactly what he's going to go for, but yep, in comes Pert. He's going to go for the Surging Strikes here. This is another reason why I had the Rocky Helmet Wheezing is for this guy. But he was able to remove the Rocky Helmet early. So, sand damage, poison damage is going to rack up. I believe I just Quake here, yes. He goes for the Trailblaze. So now this guy is scary. And he's +1 speed. I do have Latias, though, that eats him up. So, not super worried about that yet. I do not have Psychic. I have Shadow Ball, Future Sight, Recover, and Draco, as you can see. So, I'm going to go out into Latias here. I'm running some calcs to see if the Draco kills it. And if I live a knockoff or Ice Punch or Ice Spinner or whatever this thing has to hit me with. So do decide to go out into the Latias here. Looking back, probably should have went out to Goldingo. He didn't have to cure him, so Goldingo really doesn't serve a purpose. But I'm just going to drop a Drake here. And you're going to see that we do, in fact, live the Ice Spinner. And, yeah, we drop the Draco, we connect, and it knocks out the Urshifu. So Urshifu's down, Gardevoir's down, Ogerpon's on red, Tyranitar's on red. He's really just got the Drill and the Zapdos left, so I'm feeling pretty good here with where we're at this point in the game. So, interested to see what he chooses to go out into here. And you will soon find out it is the Zapdos. And it is quite the Zapdos. So I'm going to recover up. I know this thing can't really set up on me as far as boosting goes. It can, I was not expecting the agility there in that moment, but he does agility up. He's weakness policy, as I soon find out. And as you can see, I'm like, what? Kind of at this point, like, what does this thing want to do? So I don't know what his moves are at this point. I know he's agility. So I don't know if he's 3 attacks, if he's 2 attacks and roost. I don't know. So I believe I do go out into Wheezing here. And I can't take 2 Heat Waves if it's offensive with Goldingo. I'm -2 on my Latias. If I was Calm Mind, this was probably a wrap at this point. But nonetheless, I am not. So I'm going to go out here. I'm going to fish for a poison. He's going to go for the Hurricane, and that is going to blow Wheezing away. Down goes Wheezing. And now I'm going to go out into my Ogre Pond. That is offensive Zapdos. Did I go into Ogre Pond immediately? I think about this for a while, because I think I'm calcing. I think this turn, it winds down quite a bit. Quite a bit. So I think I do go out into Ogre Pond here. And I'm going to go straight for the Ivy Cudgel. I do live this Hurricane all the time. And this is offensive Zapdos. So I'm going to click this. This is an 88% chance to kill the Zapdos. And yeah, I don't know if he lives on 1. That's a weakness policy that's popping, not a focus sash there. So yeah, Ivy Cudgel does not kill. Earlier in the match, going for the flip turn on Tyranitar. Wish I would have set up rocks at that point. Because yeah, down goes Ogre Pond there. We missed that 12% roll with our Ogre Pond's Ivy Cudgel. So he's +2 special attack now, +2 speed, and it's just not looking good. I go out into Urshifu here. He thinks I'm Banded Urshifu, so he's going to go for the Roost as I go for Sucker Punch. I do think about this for a minute, I believe. But yeah, he ends up going for the Roost, and yeah, that's a wrap. So he gets back up to full. Like I said, he thinks I'm Choice Banded from earlier. But yeah, so a bit of unfortunate luck. I was really happy with the way that I prepped this week, and the way that we played the early game. Should have got the Stealth Rocks up for the Zapdos, but definitely was not expecting some big offensive set though. With agility, was thinking more of like Boots defensive, because I did struggle to break that Boots defensive set. But yeah, the agility weakness policy set pays off here, as he is able to take out Urshifu finally. I do end up taking out the Zapdos with Golding though, I believe. Because this is only a 3-0, and he has Ogre Pond, Tyranitar, and Drill left. So yeah, I do believe I do pick off the Zap, but it's going to take me a little bit to do. So, but yeah, so we fought him 1-3 on the season. We have 4 games left. We play Obo, Braden, Owen, and Keegan. So I can't remember how they're doing so far on the season. We've really got to turn it up these last couple of weeks. I feel good about this one here. I really did. I really spent a lot of time prepping. I felt like we prepped well. I just wish we could have picked off this Zapdos here with the Ogre Pond, because I think it was a wrap there at that point. He goes out into maybe Tyranitar to set the sand. But I still got this guy that can live a hit. I can also Trailblaze on the Tyranitar. I felt good. I had Sucker Punch still with Urshifu. I really felt like I was in a winning position there with Viz here. So I know we can do it. I know we keep improving every week. We've got a really tough matchup though in week 5. I've been racking my brain prepping for all the threats that Obo has, and it's tough. It's tough dealing with all of his threats. So we'll see how that goes next week. Thank you guys for your support though this season. But yeah, that's a wrap here. 1-3 on the season. Better luck to us in week 5. Thanks for tuning in. See y'all next time.